So let me ask you, are you sacrificing yourself for others?
Now, the reason why we ask this is because we know a lot of people who listen to us are the helping type, that we like to give. We want to make a difference in the world. And so it means that we have a tendency to maybe give a little bit too much of ourselves and not take care of ourselves. And so if that sounds like something that you have experienced, then join the club, because we have definitely both been there.
And trust us, we're heart-centered people. You know, we're the type of people that want to help other people. We want to help people transform their lives. We want to plant the seeds of change. We want to help them in whatever way we can, because that's who we are. And like Nay's saying, we surround ourselves with a lot of people the same way. And part of what happened in our journey is that at some point we actually had 5 different businesses. But the reason that we had 5 different businesses is because somebody would say, the community really needs this. And we'd be like, oh, maybe we can fill that hole. Maybe we can help. Maybe we can create it and give it to someone else, right? But we just got overwhelmed. And what happened was that we weren't putting the oxygen mask on ourselves. We weren't finding balance because we were so focused on helping other people.
And when I was younger, I actually learned this in a really hard way, where I just kept, you know, being everybody's savior, being everyone's counselor, being the rock in all of my relationships. And it wore me down to the point where I had chronic fatigue syndrome for years and years and years. And I had no idea at the time that that was really what was making me sick. So it took a long period of transformation to get me to make this realization. And the realization is that, you know, when you're on an airplane and they do the little demonstration about how to put on the oxygen mask, and they tell you that, you know, in the event of a drop in cabin pressure, put the oxygen mask on yourself first before assisting your children or anyone else around you. And for so many people, not only with their children, but with other people in their lives, like, that is so counterintuitive, because it's like, oh, something's wrong. Someone around me, my child needs me. I'm gonna do what that child needs. But the problem with it is, I don't know if you've ever thought logically about it. If you don't put the oxygen mask on yourself and you're trying to help your child put on theirs, and you lose consciousness, you're both gonna die. Like this is not a joke. And it's not just about being in airplanes, it's in life too.
Yeah, and part of it is that children learn to model our own behaviors. So I see a lot of parents say this, to tell their children to live their passion, live their dreams, you know, don't let anything stop them. They're unstoppable. They can do it if they can just see themselves doing it, and blah, blah, blah. But the problem is that they're looking at their parents and they're wondering, why does my dad hate his job? He tells me to follow my dreams, but yet he's not following his dreams. He has a passion for this, yet he doesn't do it. So they're sacrificing everything for their children, for them to live their dream. But the problem is that their children would never live their dreams. Why? Because they learn from the parents that they need to sacrifice for someone else.
And so this is something that I know a lot of people have a hard time hearing, especially if you are a parent currently, because it's so normal, especially in certain cultures, and especially with women, to be pressured to sacrifice themselves for everybody else. And so it's not just for children, but children is such a good example because it's so pervasive, this belief that we should sacrifice. And of course, everyone's going to sacrifice to some degree for their children. But the biggest thing that Joel just pointed out is that if you sacrifice your dreams for your children and you're telling them to go for their dreams, then you're shooting yourself in the foot, because they're going to grow up to be a self-sacrificer just like you. And it's something that you might not want to hear, but it's the truth. So the best thing that you could ever do to be a role model for your children or anyone else is for you to live your life on purpose, to do what you were put on this planet to do, to make the difference you're meant to make, to live your dreams, to enjoy your life. Because by doing that, you're giving permission to your children and everybody else to do the same.
Think about that. If one of your friends or family member goes up to you and they're like, you know, I have this dream, I have this passion, I feel like this is my purpose in life, you're going to tell them to do it, most likely. And you want to support them in that. But at the same time, what really supports someone else taking that step and taking that risk, taking that challenge on, is for them to see other people that have done it and are willing to do it. So really the best gift that you can give anyone is for you to actually stand your ground, put the oxygen mask, find that balance, and actually live your life. Live your purpose, because when you do that, like Natalie's saying, you give someone else permission to do it. You give someone else the inspiration to say, if they can do it, if Joelle and Natalie can do it, then that means that I can do it. I have no excuses. If they're not making excuses for themselves, if they're finding the balance in their life, if they're actually following their dreams, why can't I do it then? And that's the gift that you can give to other people.
And so I know some of you might be thinking, like, this sounds great and I totally get it, but it is really hard to make that sort of change if you are used to being in that self-sacrificing mode, to take care of yourself, to put yourself first. It sounds really good, but it can be really hard in practice. And so I just want to kind of give you another analogy with some insight on how you can do this. And so another way of looking at this is that everybody has their own like emotional cup, which has like your energy and your emotions and your drive. And a lot of people who are givers, they go around and they're pouring what's in their cup into other people's cups. We're trying to fill them up. We're trying to inspire them and make them feel better. And we give and give and give, but what happens is our cup starts to get empty. And so when our cup is empty, it's really hard to give to others. And so some people go around and then try to refill their cup by siphoning it off other people. So you go and you're looking for approval and you're looking for people to be grateful for you, which is part of the reason why some people give in the first place. Or you're looking for people's attention and you feel like that's the only way that you have to fill your cup. And so the trick to this is to recognize it's your responsibility to fill your own cup. And so that's where doing the self-care things that make you feel good, doing the activities that light you up, that make you feel on purpose, that you would do just for the sake of doing them because you enjoy them, and going to the places that make you feel good and spending time with the people that make you feel good and filling your own cup, because when it's full and it's overflowing, you have so much more to give those people that you want to give to.
And I'll give you an example in our lives is, you know, I'm a water bug. I love being in the water. So if I'm spending too much time that I'm not like snorkeling, swimming in the ocean, and also walking in nature, doing things that really fulfill me, then it's hard for me to give. If I'm not doing other things, for example, I love working on music and writing and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll take some time to do that, or just to relax and to talk about life and get into jacuzzi or whatever it is. But if we don't find that time to really create that balance, then it's very hard for us to be motivated. When we do those things, we see that we're so much more productive. We're able to give so much more, not only to our friends, our family, our students, and other people that we interact with, because we're full. So then it's just like kind of overflowing all over the place where it's blessing other people's lives. So let me ask you, are you willing to commit to meeting your needs, to finding that balance, and to making your overcup fill so you can give to other people?
Thank you, fellow Freedom Junkies, for listening. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to help us grow, please rate and share this podcast. You can also become a member of Freedom Nation. Visit freedomorbustpodcast.com and sign up to receive access to exclusive content and take the 21-day Happiness Challenge. As you know, we believe that entrepreneurship is the ultimate form of empowerment, which is why we created the Side Hustle Business Startup course for anyone looking to create their own income and take back their power. We offer an exclusive discount for our podcast listeners. Find out more at freedomorbustpodcast.com.